The people's struggle for the right to housing is really ramping up in Southeast Los Angeles County. Let's review. Residents in the city of Bell are fighting the city council's attempt to sell mobile home parks that primarily house seniors and low-income families. Meanwhile, Downey Council member Catherine Alvarez is advocating for the establishment of rent control. Now, residents in Cudahy are sounding the alarm over steep rent increases, and they have decided to establish a tenants union. We spoke with Edin Enamorado, a Cudahy community member, about this latest development.
We went ahead and started a new union. It's called the Cudahy Tenants Union. It's built by residents and leaders here in our community. I've been living here in the city of Cudahy for over 30 years. I rent here, so I know the problems that people can face. We've had a few residents who've had their rent raised, some by $700, some by $150. From the people that I've spoken with before, they felt that they haven't had any sort of protection here in the city of Cudahy. For example, one person that I spoke with, she said that she's tried to go ahead and join the Cudahy City Council meetings and reached out for help, and nothing. There has been some commissioners and some council members that have approved new developments here in the city of Cudahy, and we all know that those rents are going to be very, very high, and that means that gentrification is slowly going to creep into the city of Cudahy, and we do not want that. Rent control needs to be implemented yesterday.
Obviously, rent control has been a huge issue over many years. It's still an issue. A lot of cities want stronger rent control, etc. There's also been more recent slogans like, say, cancel the rents, cancel the mortgages. Do you have a perspective on those slogans, those ideas?
Yeah, so I believe that should have happened back in March 2020. If you ask me, in a perfect world, we should retroactively pay these people back for being forced to pay rent during a pandemic and being forced people not to go to work, especially here in the city of Cudahy, where a lot of them are essential workers, and especially if landlords know that, hey, well, these people, they're not going to say anything. I'm going to go ahead and spike up rents. And what's worse is that they're doing it during a pandemic, when they should have canceled the rent from the beginning. And there's people who have buy fourplexes, rent out 3 units, they raise the price on that. The landlord specifically doesn't even pay for a rent. He has the tenants paying his mortgage, and they're living rent free. So if you want to ask me who the real moochers or the leeches are, it's the landlords taking advantage of the system that we have.
I've also seen, sometimes on Facebook. So you comment on that system. So you comment on capitalism, socialism. How do you think about that in the context of the Cudahy Tenants Union?
Capitalism is the reason why we have a homeless problem here in Los Angeles. Capitalism is the reason why, from what I just explained, how people take advantage of that system and exploit the working class. And I don't see why anybody with logic would be against, with workers only the means of production of a company, and stepping up to these oligarchs that have been taking advantage of the system. As if we see right now during a pandemic, billionaires have skyrocketed their net worths compared to workers. I think they profited over 300 billion. Meanwhile, workers have lost the same amount. So we definitely have, obviously we all know we have a huge wage gap, and especially here in the city of Cudahy, where it's predominantly 97% Mexicans and Guatemalans and Central Americans. This is something that we need to issue, and I feel like we should all gather together, because I feel like we're all in the same boat, but we just haven't connected the dots with each other, and basically just go ahead and stand up and apply pressure. So definitely join us on Instagram and Facebook, Cudahy Tenants Union. Reach out to us and we will organize, and then from then on, simply we'll go ahead and apply pressure and just gather up together.